Hello everyone, this is Deepika and today I want to talk about financial education. And this particular topic is not only for the men, but it's also as important as for women. Let me start with sharing a very personal story. I had a friend here in US and she never worked a day in her life. And her husband basically was the bread earner of the family and uh, she basically was the homemaker, and she never took any interest in her husband's finances or where the money was going, where the money was being invested. So she had no clue about any of those, and that's what majority of the women do. They either let their husband handle it or their brother or their father handle their finances, even if they are making a good chunk of money. So one day, her husband started seeing having this pain in his leg, and he went to see a doctor. And that's when he got diagnosed with cancer. And unfortunately, few months after this, he passed away. Luckily, he had a life insurance policy, and that kind of saved his family during this tough time and kind of helped them at least financially. That her husband kind of, because of that life insurance money, was fine. I'm not here trying to scare you or something like that going to happen, but what I've learned at that time, women should start putting in or start having interest in financial matters of the family. And because after her husband's passing, she had a very tough time to deal with all of the paperwork. She pretty much didn't know where the money was, and she had literally had a couple of months she spent in just all these financial matters. And uh, and that's when I learned the lesson that women should be as interested in learning about their finances. They should at least be knowing, at least have the knowledge of where to invest the money and have that discussion with their whoever is taking care of the finances in the house. And my mom was similar way. My mom never took any interest in financial matters of the family. She was a school teacher. She earned all her life, but she never kind of had any interest. And I wanted to change that. I basically, growing up, my father was always teaching me about all these finances, where he was telling us about where he's investing. So he was kind of giving us that financial education during my early childhood days. And today, investment has become very, very easy. There are a lot of apps that are available out there which you can use for your investment purposes. And you can literally use these apps just like using a Facebook. So it's very simple. The three apps that I will recommend you, number one is Webull, the second one is Titan, and the third one is Fundrise. So let's talk about each of these apps one by one. So number one app that I use is Webull. This is basically like a trading app. You can actually use this app to invest in stocks, ETF, etc. And if you want to do it on your own, this app will help you. You can invest in any of the ETFs, whichever you believe in, any of this cherry pick your stocks and all that. But second, if you are not interested in cherry picking the stocks or investing on your own, there is the second app for you called Titan. This app is not to cherry pick on the stocks or a ETF, but they have these four different buckets, and you can decide or you can split your money in these four buckets. So the number one bucket they have is for the flagship stores. Flagship is basically the big companies like Apple, Microsoft, etc. So they have these big companies bucket. So if you think you want to invest your money in that, you can choose that bucket. The second option they have is to put your money in opportunities, which is basically in small to medium sized companies. The growth is there in those companies, but the risk is also there. So depending upon what age you have started investing in, you can choose how much you want to put towards the growth or how much you want it to be more stabilized. The third one that is they have the bucket is for the crypto. So if you want to invest in the crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of those, so they also have created this bucket for the crypto people. And the fourth one is also now the offshore accounts. If you want to invest in the offshore companies, Chinese companies, or you have Singapore, Indian market, etc. So they have this offshore bucket as well. So you can split your money in all of these four buckets, and you don't have to use any brain. You can just put it on an auto invest, and every month it will go ahead and invest your money in one of these buckets or in all of these buckets, and you can decide, okay, how much to put in each of those buckets. Then the third one is for the real estate investment. So if you are interested in putting your money towards real estate, like buying rental homes or multifamily homes, or any land, etc. So this app will give you the option, and you don't have to invest a large chunk of money, or you don't have to start with a large chunk of money. You can start investing in real estate with $100 a month as well, right? So it's a small amount, and you can start investing it and take a look at it. So the third app that I have for you is called Fundrise. I personally do use all of these three apps, so I'm also going to be putting the link of these apps in the description. One most important point that I want to say is, you need to do this consistently. It's not that, okay, in 1 month you invested and you're expecting a huge return. It's not going to happen. The magic of compounding takes time. So if you do invest your money, you have to have patience, and you have to repeatedly do this process for a long period of time if you want to see a wealthy return, okay? Or if you want to become wealthy, this is a good way of start investing. But you also have to be mindful, if you're investing in stocks do tend to go up and down. But if you believe in a company, if you have studied their financial reports, or if you are cherry picking, then you have to do the research, okay? And if you don't want to do any of this, then I have suggested you apps like Titan, Fundrise, that they'll do the work for you. The Titan is a robo investing app. Now, I hope you have learned something in this video, and if you want to see these videos, then do like and subscribe to the channel, and I will be putting more such videos in the future. Thank you so much, and bye-bye, take care.